Okay, so here we are in New Mexico. Well, me. And I don't know if you can see that roadrunner going out there. But I came out to the lake here. It's almost 75 degrees and sunny, and I wanted to send some love and light and some warmth back to the East Coast there where my family and friends are. And I'm gonna have to look this up, Ted Andrews. I just came out here to do a little exploration and again get into the sun and nature, and this roadrunner. I think I have a closer shot when I was taking some pics if you can't see this. So I'm gonna put this out on YouTube later. Hopefully you can see. And anyway, there's no snow here, so let me just show you the sunshine. It's a little cloudy obviously, but over there in the distance is Mount Dora, I believe it's called. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Sierra Blanca, I think. And there's a volcano beyond it called the Capulan volcano. And I'm coming down here to the lake, and so maybe I'll be able to get a pic of it either down here or on the way out. But again, look, it's nice and sunny here for those who are stuck inside. And just so you can see, I don't know how good this is going to turn out here. I got my new exploration hat on. Anyway, here you go. Beautiful, sunny. This is the backside over here of these two little mounds that they're called, it's called the rabbit ears. Maybe I'll get a better shot of it on the way out of here. I'll have to see how my video footage skills are and piece this together. But as you can see, it's pretty desolate. I just kind of pulled over here and nobody's come along while I've been taking footage of this roadrunner. Anyway, this is Clayton Lake State Park, and I'm gonna cut this off right now and come down to the lake and see if we can see anything else. Alright guys, here we are. We're at the Clayton Lake State Park, and I'm just gonna kind of film as I go, and hopefully it's not gonna be too blurry. Not sure if this thing is just, might have to shut this off and see what's going on if it's too blurry. But here's the lake. It's so warm out here. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad on the East Coast or anything like that, but my family wants me to come home, and I'm like, it's really difficult to come back to getting pounded with snow when it's 75 and sunny and beautiful. And I just saw that roadrunner. I was just talking to one of the rangers here, and he just saw there was a whole bunch of geese right there, and this bald eagle was going back and forth, and then all of a sudden the geese took off because of course they were being preyed upon. And so here I've been telling people about the dinosaur tracks, and this isn't coming up too clear, so I'm gonna have to shut this off for a second and kind of see what we can do. I think that's a little bit better. I don't know what's going on there, but let me just do this again. I'm gonna do a retake here just in case. 75, sunny. It's actually hot on the skin because the elevation here is like over 5,000 feet. Right there, there was a whole bunch of Canadian geese, the ranger was just telling me, and this golden eagle was flying back and forth down the lake, and then all of a sudden they took off because they were being preyed upon. So, as you can see, this is the path for the dinosaur tracks. And you can see out there in the distance is where I'm going to end up, and I might shut this off so you don't have to be annoyed by my walking, but right there is where I'm headed, and there's this path right here that narrows down, and it's quite pretty walk. We'll see if I run into any nature. If I do, I will. Oh, there's a raven in the background, you can hear that. Anyway, I'll turn the camera back on. Okay guys, this spot here just reminded me of one of my patients that came in to, he was coming in for a football physical. I think he's like 17 or 18 years old. Him and his buddies were out here, and they were like right there, and they were messing around, and all of a sudden they looked across the lake here, and right there they saw these, well, at first they were saying, what are those guys doing up in there? And both these students saw these tall, thin, and what later they would reveal as like energetic beings, because as they're observing them, they were kind of meandering around in this volcanic rock, and the next thing you know, if you want to call them ETs or energy beings, they turned to look to see who was observing them, and then all of a sudden they just in a flash went up over the hill there. And as you can see, you can't run through all that quickly, and they said in a second they were up over the hill and then gone. So, and these kids swear up and down that they saw these things, and it was more than one person that saw it at one time. So believe what you want, it could be a story, but to me, as many things as I've witnessed over my life, I wouldn't doubt it. But thought it'd be cool to let you know, especially since we're in New Mexico, and the Roswell thing happened here, and there's Los Alamos Labs, and the first atomic bomb was dropped in Alamogordo, and so lots of UFO sightings that happen here in New Mexico. It's just beautiful here. There's so much. I mean, I guess I should be doing a commercial for New Mexico right now. But it's got the plains, it's got desert, it's got beautiful mountains and lakes, and not so many streams like back home, but it has its own beauty out here. Oh, there's a little bird. Is that oh, there's a couple little birdies right there. Hey, Tweety. Oh. There they go. Okay, I think I'm gonna shut this off, but I just want to show you one thing here. Well, maybe I'll show you when I get closer. Anyway, this is what those energy beings, or whatever they saw, somehow made it from here the whole way to the top there within like a second. It was like they kind of just glided, is the way he described it. He says, I can't explain it. And in a second they were gone. And they just kind of, you know. So, okay. I'll turn this back on when we get over the dinosaur tracks. Alright guys, I'm at the breast of the dam here. That little stag right there, I captured some cool footage of an owl there. Maybe it must have been last year. Right here, right in the middle of this walkway on the breast of the dam, I went straight up kind of like this into the clouds, or the sky I guess, and I captured an eagle. And it was just, the wind was such that it just stayed right above me and hovered about 25 feet above me. It was the coolest thing. So anyway, my battery's about ready to die, unfortunately, so I'm trying to get as much footage as I can before that happens. So I'm going to shut it off real quick, and then hopefully I can capture some of these dinosaur tracks. That's the whole purpose of coming out here, just to show you around and take in some of the sun. You can see the sun glistening off the lake. Oh God, it's so warm. I'm just like in heaven right now. Because it was 22 here last week. Everything was frozen over. I guess maybe I'll throw one of those pics on this, just to show you the contrast. And once the sun comes out, and it's getting bluer and bluer out here. This, as you can see, the clouds are starting to dissipate by this afternoon. And New Mexico is renowned for its blue, clear skies. Aside from those guys that are creating clouds, which I don't really want to give that any energy, but okay. Let me shut this off real quick. Hopefully this picks up, and I'm here. Right there you can see some dinosaur tracks, and let me go over here. It's so cool. When you sit here, you can actually meditate. You actually tap in to There's two different dinosaur tracks right there, by the way. Let me see if I can get a close-up of this so you can read it, maybe pause it. And again, my battery's done, so I apologize for being very quick about this. Man, is that sun hot. Okay. There's more. It's kind of been filled in with some dust and dirt. They got this nice little walkway that goes around here. And in the summertime when you're out here, you see all kinds of wildlife, lizards and snakes. They got rattlesnakes out here, which I haven't run into any of those. I'll get a close up of that, and that way you guys can read it at your leisure when you pause it. But there were two screech owls. I guess that's what they were called. They were owls anyway down there that I called in. It's quite funny because I do a call from back in Pennsylvania, and it works for these owls out here. In fact, there were some bird hunters that were out here. This place, a lot of people come out here just for that purpose, to see how many different birds. There's just so many that come here. And one night I was gazing at the stars and I threw a couple calls to see if I could call in a owl. And these guys come running down, and they were using their iPad to try to call, and they're like, I never heard an owl from Pennsylvania here. I don't know what owl it would be. I'm not a bird watcher, but it was hilarious. I guess you had to be there. Okay, so anyway, yep. Let me see if there's any other, oh, here we go. And then you can take a snap of that, or pause it, I mean, or whatever you want to do. Okay. My phone keeps warning me it was like 20%, 10%. Okay, so I'm going to come up here on this bench and see how long this battery will last, and maybe just sit here and take in the energies. And as you're watching this, maybe you can take in some of this love and light and energy from the sun, especially if you're in the cold northeast part of the world, or anywhere else that's cold for that matter. But New Mexico has some high energies. Okay, let me just shut this off for a second and then I'll